Imagine a special collection.
An equalizer that combines the best features of 5 different classical models. British solid 4G channel strip compressor. A warm, vintage analog preamp. A detailed De-Esser with expanded features. Classic reverb and delay units with the ducking feature. Vintage optical compressor. And gate, of course. Imagine a special collection that combines all of these units in one user interface with an easy and fast switchable routine feature. Noise Ash Audio presents the Prestige Racks, an unparalleled blend of timeless tones powered with modern features. Prestige Racks offer you a very easy and fast workflow while authentically replicating the fascinating tones of classic analog equipment. Swap, enable, purge. With over 200 professional presets, you should be good to go. Whether you're a professional or an amateur, it doesn't matter. With Prestige Racks, the tones you've always wanted will be ready instantly. 7 sophisticated analog models in one user interface. Satura, an excellent-sounding, custom-made tube preamplifier. S4G channel strip compressor, the iconic punchy VCA compressor from the top classic British consoles with expanded features. Tamer. It is above and beyond a De-Esser. Tamer allows you to remove almost any annoying frequencies, not just sibilants. Medley EQ. The best features of 5 different classical models in one EQ. Amazing module. Division delay and division reverb. Very powerful modules that are enhanced with the ducking feature, in addition to the traditional delay and reverb sounds. Gate module, and a great sounding custom-made classical optical compressor fired with the tube amplifier. It's hard to make mistakes with these carefully crafted classics. The additional modern features allow you to shape the sound as you wish with just a few clicks. Vocals, drums, bass, guitars, acoustic instruments, sound effects, and even mastering. It has tons of popular analog effects, making any track sound great. Prestige Racks will bring the original vintage sound to everything. Prestige Racks, where timeless beauty meets unparalleled blend. Prestige Racks plugin is initialized by default with all racks empty. The modules can be activated by clicking each slot. You can change the position of all racks as you wish. The master panel on the far right is in a fixed position. We will cover the master panel in more detail shortly. Let's start with a Satura amplifier. This is a custom-made preamplifier model, which provides a lovely fat and warm tube tones. The drive knob increases the amount of preamp gain. There is a harmonic distortion, even when the drive value is 0. The even knob increases the even harmonics amount. Even harmonics are not 0 when this value is in the minimum position. The preamp type selector, Tube 1, provides a warm, fat, meaty saturation, while Tube 2 offers a brighter tone that doesn't muffle the low end. High-pass and low-pass filter frequency knobs, and filter bypass switch. The output knob sets the original gain of the unit. S4G channel strip compressor is an excellent-sounding VCA compressor that comes from the top classic British consoles. Please note that this is not the bus compressor. It is the channel compressor of the British console. The threshold determines the level where compression will begin. The ratio knob determines how much gain reduction the compressor applies when the signal passes a threshold level. The infinity value is a limiter mode. Sidechain high-pass filter frequency. This setting determines from which frequency the compressor runs. Thus, lower frequencies do not trigger the compressor. The filter is deactivated when set to the lowest value. To provide more control, we added the attack knob, which was found as a button in the original module. Thus, customized tones can be achieved by obtaining not only fast and slow options, but also values in between. Release time is the amount of time the compressor will still be working after the signal has moved below the threshold. Mix parameter sets the amount of blend of the unprocessed signal with the processed signal. And output gain knob. Tamer is more than a de-esser. Wide frequency range, 3 filter types, and attack release parameters allow you to remove almost any annoying frequencies, not just sibilances. Threshold sets the level above which attenuation takes place in the sidechain filter. Amount knob determines the reduction amount. When it is set to 0, there is no reduction. The reduction meter. Unlike a regular de-esser, the frequency range is not within a narrow limit, but is between 100 and 8K. Thus, this module can be used for the low frequencies. There are 3 filter types. Peak, high shelf, and low shelf filters can be used for the detection. Listen button to solo the sidechain filter. In a standard de-esser, the attack and release times are pretty fast compared to a traditional compressor, and there is usually no possibility to adjust these 2 parameters. We added attack and release parameters, so combining these with a wide frequency range and different filter types makes this module super flexible. Again, the mix and output parameters. Here is an amazing EQ unit where you can easily get great classic analog tones with a few clicks. Medley EQ. This baby consists of a mixture of 5 models. Low band comes from the modified Tech EQ. The classic boost, a 10, and continuous frequency parameters are here, of course. Low mid and high mid bands come from the classic American consoles. These 2 bands also can be switched to the parametric mode, which enables the Q parameter to have full control. The frequency knobs are continuous in here too. High band comes from the Need 84 console EQ, the perfectly enhanced tone of his big brother, Need 73 console EQ. Again, the frequency knob is continuous. And the classic air band. We call it Sky. The division delay is a very special module that has the duck feature in addition to the traditional delay parameters. Delay time settings for right and left channels. If sync mode is enabled, this parameter is a fixed drop-down list of 1 to 1, 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, 1/32, and 1/64 note delay times, and their dotted and triplet versions. If MS milliseconds mode is enabled, this parameter is an unsynchronized delay time slider with a value between 0 and 1000 ms. Delay feedback. With this switch, the right and left channels can be adjusted separately for a stereo delay effect, or both jointly to create a mono delay effect. High pass and low pass filter frequency. Drive is a distortion effect. Mix knob. Ducking is the most exciting section of this module. By applying sidechain compression to the unprocessed signal, the level of the delay effect is automatically adjusted according to the input signal level, thus creating a nice pumping effect, allowing you to get a cleaner mix. Duck amount determines how much compression is to be applied. Duck time controls the time of the sidechain compression. A lower value means a faster response, so it causes a more pumping effect. A higher value means a slower response, so it causes more relaxed ducking. Similarly, the division reverb has a ducking feature too. Same duck amount and duck time parameters here. Reverb time allows you to choose reverberation from short decay to long decay, and these numbers do not represent the exact reverb time in seconds or milliseconds. Reverb type selector. Delay. Low shelf and high shelf EQ gain parameters. Low pass and high pass filter frequency. The mix and output parameters. Our effects are not finished yet. We have the master module that has 2 more effect units. Here is a standard gate unit positioned at the first stage of the signal chain. And here's the custom classic optical compressor model with a great tone. In the gate. Gate bypass. The threshold knob sets the level at which the gate opens. Essentially, all signals above the threshold setting are passed through unaffected, whereas signals below the threshold setting are reduced. The reduction monitor shows the reduction amount. The attack knob determines how fast or slow the gate will close, while the release knob determines how fast or slow the gate will open. The optical compressor has a natural sounding compression and includes a tube circuit that adds musical, harmonic saturation. Compressor bypass. The compression parameter increases the peak reduction by adjusting the threshold. Thus, the amount of compression increases in direct proportion to the parameter value. Again, reduction monitor shows the peak reduction amount. The gain knob increases the compressor's output, which also affects the harmonic saturation that comes from the tube circuit. Pre-post switch allows you to change the position of the compressor before the racks or after the racks. Sidechain high-pass filter frequency. Under the opto compressor, we have phase inverse and analog buttons. Analog button activates the analog hum and noise tune, the fader and nice peak meters. There are bypass, solar, and load/unload buttons for each rack. When the solo button is clicked, all other modules are muted. When the solo button is clicked again, the modules become active in their previous state. This button will unload the module. Similarly, as a quick action, these buttons load or unload modules on all racks at the same time. On the top bar, undo and redo action buttons. Previous and next preset selectors. This little arrow shows the preset drop-down list, which is a quick and easy way to explore presets. The Favorites button allows you to list your favorite presets only. The screen box allows you to find the preset by name. By clicking here or here, you can also see the full screen preset browser. This little icon shows the Preferences section. In the Settings submenu, the GUI resizing option allows you to set the interface sign on the screen. Please note that there is also another draggable GUI resizer on the bottom bar, right here. You can freely use both of these options for resizing the GUI as you like. OpenGL option, which enables GPU acceleration for the OpenGL compatible graphics cards. Oversampling mode improves the resolution and it helps avoid aliasing with a well-balanced delay compensation. This brings up the tooltips. When the mouse is hovering on the GUI element, tooltips will appear. Product Update Checker. Product Manual. The About section shows the credits page. By clicking on the License section, you can manage the product licenses. It is pretty straightforward. For the activation, no USB or hardware dongles, and no special drivers are needed. On the bottom bar, the main input gain, the stereo width of the output, the main output gain, and the draggable GUI resizer as previously mentioned. Okay, enough talking. Let's try this baby in action.
I'm good with my feelings. You wanna fight it, I can start healing. If you're around me, I already told you goodbye. I told you close the door if you're mine. Boy, I don't have feelings for you, cause you're a disaster. Oh, I know you're princess, and you know my ever after. But I don't disaster. Oh, I know you're princess, and you know my ever after. But I don't have feelings for you, cause you're a disaster. Oh, I know you're princess, and you know my ever after. But I don't have feelings for you, cause you're a disaster. Oh, I know you're a princess, and you know my ever after. Boy, I don't have feelings for you, cause you're a disaster. Oh, I know you're a princess, and you know my ever after. But I don't have feelings for you, cause you're a disaster. Oh, I know you're a princess, and you know my ever after.
They're moving in closer with the ugly ravenous machines, laying down roads where the grass used to be so green. Who is gonna stop the erosion? There's just a way to contain this explosion. It's gonna come and it's gonna run me down like a bulldozer. a kite caught in a gale. Knives that cut the cloth to take the wind out of my sails. Your words could break a bone. Your words float like a stone. Your words could run right over me.